Hey Big Dreamers, this is Liz from Big Dream with Liz. If this is your first time here, this is where I give intuitive advice based on what I love, what I'm good at, and what I think you need most, also known as the flavor generator. So we're gonna pick the person of the day, which there are 8 options in this bag. Doesn't look like many, it's not really that many. We have 8 archetypes, 12 total archetypes. 4 of them are subcategories of these 8 options. So if I pick a person of the day that has a subcategory or 2, I will let you know. The organizer. You know, I've been waiting to get is the creator. I don't think I've had a video with that one. I've done flavor of the day with the creator, but not a YouTube video. It never gets picked. It's kind of weird and sad. So I have the organizer bag, number 5, and the little papers are orange, yellow, green. Orange represents passion, yellow represents power and product, and green represents your purpose, or the purpose of the person of the day. If you guys watched my last video, I was a little under the weather mentally. It's been off and on. I feel better today than I did last time I recorded, and so that's good. I've made some progress. I do have a counselor I'm going to be seeing, and I have not been to counseling for, well, in person, I haven't been to counseling in like 10 years, but I did have a counselor through Talkspace app, and I still recommend Talkspace, except the second time around when I tried to get another different counselor. I tried to get the same one, but she was booked up with other people. But when I tried to get a second one, I could have counseled myself better than they were trying to counsel me. Let's just say that. They were not very responsive. They didn't give me any homework or things to work on. I want to fix myself. I want to fix my problems as much as I possibly can. And I'm willing to do the work. The only thing I haven't faced yet in counseling is my emetophobia, which is the fear of vomiting. It's not just a fear, it's a phobia, and it controls your life, unfortunately. And if you have it, you know. Yeah, it's like the reason I don't travel, the reason I don't have kids, the reason I wash my hands a lot, because I'm afraid of puking. So it's too bad. In order to get over that in counseling would have been through, they did EMDR with me, as well as trying to get me to do exposure therapy with my phobia, and I declined. She explained it to me, she kind of started it with me, and they're supposed to basically desensitize your phobia a little bit, little by little. I was unwilling to go there. Back to this. The organizer, number 5. The organizer is passionate about financial freedom. Sure am. Someday I'll have it. Organizing, they are good at, or their powers are, retail sales. I tried. Then I'll do this one and go back to it. Attention to detail is the product of the day, okay? Your purpose as the organizer, to persevere through the obstacles. Hey, I've been doing that lately. Purpose also is to be disciplined toward those goals, to be determined to succeed your way. Oh, it's not in quotations, it's in parentheses. Be determined to succeed your way. Have a sense of urgency when needed. I'll get on that, boss. I'll get on that task that you don't want to do, but you're making me do and you don't pay me enough to do. Be resourceful. The organizer loves financial freedom and organizing, okay? That's great. Do they have financial freedom? We don't know yet. I don't have it yet. But I am good at organizing, and I love organizing things. So that helps to get to the goals that I am envisioning for myself in life. Retail sales. I did this in workplaces a lot, so I got good at it, but it's not exactly what I am passionate about. And it also never gave me financial freedom. Not to say that retail is bad, because someday I want to open my Big Dream with Liz Creative Center and have merchandise that I sell, and that would be retail sales. Will I be the cashier again? I don't know. I'll probably hire people by then. The purpose for this organizer is to persevere through the obstacles. So, obstacles come in many sizes, shapes, and disguises sometimes. Or they're clear right in your face. this is not easy for me to do. Such as me trying to build my own website, which I need to look at again because I'm not sure if it's working correctly. But I also am building up this program exactly how I want it, and then I will redo my website when I feel everything is ready to launch. But there are other obstacles, like in my mind, that have been difficult to move past. And so in my mind, that is where fear can creep in. You might know about it. The obstacle of fear can tell you all kinds of things that aren't true about yourself, such as you are not good enough to do this. You're not worthy of this success in your life. You've never had it before. Why start now? Your family never did anything like this. I don't know. I don't want to talk about all the lies that are being told to you. You know what they are, and I think a lot of it is fear of what people think of you, of me, fear of what people think of me, fear of not being able to perform, like not being able to have what it takes to follow through with what I preach, or like I want to have integrity, so I try to have integrity, but sometimes I wonder if I'm a fraud. Do you know what imposter syndrome is? I have that, and maybe you feel like you are not good enough at what you're doing, at what you're trying to do. I feel like that as a dance teacher and choreographer as well, that I am not as skilled. There's always going to be somebody better than you at something that you like and love to do or think that you're good at. So you could strive your whole life to be the best at this one thing. That's fine. And you might become very good at it, if not the best. And that's why there are Olympics and things like that. But I don't need to be the best, I don't think. Sometimes I wonder if I actually think I want to be the best. But I want to be skilled, knowledgeable. I want my expertise to show and for people to benefit from what I have to offer and to give. But it is hard to convince myself that I have something I can offer and teach and help others with. Even though I'm here doing this every week consistently, there are still many doubts that go through my head. And probably also because I haven't launched my program yet because I think it needs to be perfect. But I'm putting it out there on YouTube. I just don't sell the program I've been working on trying to sell. And there's like a lot of blocks regarding what I need to have in place before that happens. And it just keeps it from ever happening. So don't let that happen because I've been doing that. But there's also timing. I'm sure I will know this is exactly what I need to do, how much it's going to cost, how I'm going to go about this, and I will put it out there. Which is why I'm going to counseling next week, to try to get my self-worth back to normal or better than ever before. It would be better. Be disciplined toward those goals. I am pretty disciplined. Are you disciplined? There are moments where you know you've spent too much time on social media or on Netflix or something, watching movies and TV and on your phone, when that can suck up your time, and there are other things that could be working toward your own goals for your business or your dreams or your craft of choice, and you are not taking the time to do those things. So figure out where it is that you can cut back. And I don't really believe in cutting back on sleep. Some people do, but because my health became more of a priority based on this autoimmune diagnosis I received and my actual, the way I feel, I value my sleep and the amount that I get. So I make sure that is a big priority for me. But there are other things that I can cut back on and take less time doing that will help me, in place of those things, time toward things that I want to be successful at. Be determined to succeed your way. I'm a little stubborn because I like to be different from everybody else. I like it, but I don't like it. I know I'm different. I want to be different, but I also feel very alone in my differences. At the same time, I know that I'm different for a reason, and I have lots of cool ideas that I can, with confidence and growth over time, put out there into the world. So, therefore, I would say, even though it's a small snail-like process sometimes, I am determined to succeed my way, because nobody's going to do it quite like you, whatever you're trying to do. And it's almost more fun to keep it a secret, and then you can reveal it, and everyone will be like, wow. Where did that come from? I had no idea you were working on something like that. It's kind of my goal. Have a sense of urgency when needed. That's more like drop everything that you think you're wasting time doing and start working on what you need to work on. Make sure you set goals like, what can you realistically accomplish in a day or in a week's time? Make it small enough that it's achievable, but big enough that you are achieving goals. Use urgency, like maybe you've heard of that in the workplace in the past or not, but some people don't have it. They walk around like they're half asleep and they don't care that they're getting paid or that they work at a place. They have no sense of pride when it comes to their work or their quality of work or what they're doing for their boss or their customers or anything. And you may have seen some customer service employees like that, or maybe you were one. It's noticeable when people do that. So have a sense of urgency, like, oh, yes, this needs to get done right now. Like at a restaurant when it's during busy time, we're almost out of dishes. The kitchen is almost out of dishes. We need the dishwasher to be on top of keeping the dishes clean and sanitized and dry for the next food that goes on to these dishes. That's the first thing I thought of. But that is a very important piece of the working restaurant, is to have dishes to serve the food upon. So you would need to be urgently keeping those dishes clean so that you're not piling up a bunch of dirty dishes and making people wait in the house while they have ordered food and can only have so many drinks before they get grumpy and want to leave. So that's an example of urgency when needed. But there's going to be slow times too, where you can take it easy and kind of relax and enjoy the moment. But when it's busy, you got to be on top of things. Be resourceful. I like this one. What can you do with what you already have? Oh, we got financial freedom and organizing and retail sales. Well, since I brought up restaurants, I did used to want to open my own restaurant, and now it's called Big Dream with Liz Creative Center that I haven't opened yet, but it's virtually working or happening. We're getting there. Can't talk. I'm organizing financial freedom in my future. I'm hoping to have financial freedom with all the organizing of this program that I've been doing and gathering my own skills and my own passions and my own goals to hopefully someday achieve what it is I have been seeking. Product of the day is attention to detail. So what can you sell? What do you have to offer others that you can sell? It doesn't have to be retail, but sales, retail. Maybe you do have a product. Maybe you're an artist and maybe you can patent your ideas and one idea and sell it on the internet or in a store if you want to have a boutique, something like that. But you do need to be organized to get everything in place. And maybe you'll be like me where you get overwhelmed by little things that keep you bogged down because you're stuck in a sense of overwhelm. So if the product of the day is attention to detail and you are the organizer, then pay attention to the details. Maybe break them down into one detail at a time. What is the one detail that is keeping you up at night that you either are avoiding doing or you don't think it's significant enough, but maybe it's like the one thing you need to do in order to get past to the next thing. And then you check off that thing, go to the next thing on the list, persevere through the obstacles, be disciplined, be determined, have a sense of urgency, and be resourceful. So it's probably within your skill set to be able to accomplish, but you are afraid, persevering through the obstacles. Maybe you have fear that's keeping you stuck in one place and you don't think you can accomplish what it is that you want to do because you have overwhelm, because you're afraid of the next step and what that might mean and what that might look like. I know that's the case for me a lot of the time. I'm afraid of success sometimes because can I handle it? Am I going to be able to keep up with my customers, my clients, my followers, like I want to be everything to everyone, which you cannot necessarily be. I have lots of fear, but I will get there eventually. So attention to detail will help me one thing at a time, organizing what it is I need to do next, because I love organizing. And I also love the idea of financial freedom. So, what can I do next that will help me to get those things? Sometimes selling things that you have to make some extra money to invest into what it is that your big dreams are all about might be helpful. If we're going to go on the retail note again, yeah, think of what you have. What can you do with what you have? You could sell something to make some extra money. You could put that money in savings or put it toward your business or dreams, classes, further education, that kind of thing. Start or go to counseling. Yeah, maybe you need to talk to somebody, get a coach, get a mentor, get a counselor. I'm getting a counselor because I feel like my personal mental health has been on the decline rather than the incline for a while. So, yeah, I seem all right now, but I've been struggling inside my head for quite some time and trying to heal things on my own that need to be addressed and sorted out somehow. So that is having attention to detail as well. Take care of your needs, what you need to do. Maybe you're not able to offer things to other people quite yet because you're not ready on some level. There's something that keeps creeping up from your past that is keeping you stuck. I know that's the case for me, and that's why I'm going to talk to a professional and hope for the best. Hope I can knock this crap out of the water. I don't know what that even means, but I said it. All right, I feel pretty good about it. Let's see here. I think attention to detail is important. So if you can, use the organizational skills that you either avoid or use every day to make a list.
Check it twice. Find out who's naughty and nice and get toward those big dreams.
But yeah, make a list and go one by one. Maybe check off the things that are easiest to accomplish. What can you get done sooner rather than later? What's the easiest thing to tackle? Then your list will be smaller, and then you can go to the next thing. What I've been doing is trying to get a little bit of everything done in every day. I chisel off bits at a time every day, so that way I feel like I am accomplishing a little bit of everything. Sometimes that's good for people to do, sometimes it's not, but I don't necessarily multitask, but I delegate a certain amount of time to one thing. If it's a longer project that I know I can't necessarily accomplish in one day or in a few minutes or something, then I have to take more time and spread it out because I can't just spend all day on one thing. So if I can break it up into little bits every day, kind of like a full-time job, then I will eventually accomplish the task. But also have a sense of urgency and try to get it done as soon as you can in order to get it disciplined toward the goals and be determined to succeed your way. Keep persevering through the obstacles and be resourceful with what you have. Do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And some people aren't going to care either way. They're not going to know how much work you put into something, but if you never put it out there, if you never try, you will never succeed at it. So the organizer is number 5 for a reason. It's in the middle, or it's closer to the end of your final results as a entertainer. Because I'm going to explain that really quick. We have 1, visionary; 2, the awakener; 3, the creator; 4, the individualist; 5, the organizer; 6, the mentor; 7, the communicator; and 8, the entertainer, which is the final performance. Doesn't mean you are a performer or putting something on display, but it also kind of does mean that, because if you are a creative individual, which everyone is, then you have an idea or ideas that have either been born out into the world already, or you are working on, or you have this idea in your head of if you were another person, what your life would look like. And you are not that person right now because you would already be doing those things, but you could work toward, how can I become this vision that I see for my life? And so number 5 is where you get organized. You've already come up with a vision. You've already awakened to the plan of your life and start to see synchronicities and signs pointing you in the right direction. Number 3 is the creator, where you start to develop what it is you saw and are awakened to. Number 4 is where you start to notice yourself growth and who you truly are and have always been. You gain confidence in who you are and have always been, and so you're able to get to the next step, which is number 5, the organizer, which you've already either established, this is what I want to do, who I want to become, where I want to go, what I want to do, and you start to get organized with that in mind of what you would like to eventually do. The mentor, that's if you want to be a mentor, or you need to be mentored, you need that support to keep you going toward this end goal. The communicator is marketing your ideas and your product and everything. You're putting it out there. You've had the help that you need to get to the next step of confidence and leadership that you could potentially help other people with your ideas and your product. And the entertainer is you finally have it out there to sell, either your own craft, your own, as a dancer, performer, an artist of some kind, or you have a product that you want to sell and put out there. And that could be anything. So that is a little rundown of the categories. And every week I pick one out of this bag, and there are subcategories as well. So we never know what we're going to get each week. And so I hope that this helps you today. If you're not at this step yet, that is okay. It's not really a linear thing. You can be at any point in time, dabbling in all of these steps. So that's why I do it the way I do it here. But this method is based on the Ikigai, which is a Japanese concept for your reason for being. It's like the ultimate encapsulation, is that a word? Of what you love, what you're good at, what you think the world needs most, and what you could be paid for. And so I kind of stole the concept and made it my own. And it's kind of like the Enneagram as well, if you know what the Enneagram is. But I have 8 categories instead of 9. So actually I have 12. So it's kind of like a few things. But archetype, wheel, there's all kinds of stuff. But I like to incorporate all that stuff. I love personality, psychology, and holistic health. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I hope that you guys can stay on board with me, because I do have a lot of big dreams that are slowly being revealed over time as I grow in my own confidence. And I'm now in a dance company too, which is really fun. Now that I'm older and have an autoimmune body, achy, tired, chronic fatigue issue, I'm dancing and I'm creating dance and teaching and living the dream, yo. So I'm here to help bring out the inner magic you have always had, but forgot about. Follow me on Instagram if you aren't already following me. It is big.dream.with.liz. And subscribe to this channel if you like what you are seeing and hearing. And check out my other videos for more flavor generator method in other categories that I have picked over the last 1.5 years since I started this channel. Like it if you like it. Hit the notification bell to receive all notifications when I release my videos each week. And share it with your friends. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.